Hello everyone and welcome to the DisplayForce product demo for technical onboarding. In this series, I'm going to show you the 6 main components of DisplayForce that help you manage a complete digital out-of-home advertising solution using cutting-edge technological innovations. In this first part, I'd like to show you the powerful GDPR-compliant audience analytics which form the basis of the solution. You can find Audience Analytics here in the Audience section. This section will be very useful for content managers and marketing experts. When you launch a campaign, it's very important to gather feedback on how it's performing. Do people notice it? Does it attract the audience you want to attract? Does it capture their attention? This section allows you to see this information, whether it's your internal marketing campaigns or paid ad campaigns. Here you can gather statistics, export them to save them, create reports, or further process the data. The first section is conversion. Here you can see a graph where the statistics are displayed. Here you can see a list of campaigns that are available on your platform. And up here you can scale the graph from a week all the way up to a year. Over here on the right, you have a filter. You can filter the graph by a custom time range where you can set a start date and an end date for your graph, and you can also filter it by device. You can select the exact device you want to gather statistics from. You can combine these options or use them separately. When you select a campaign with the check mark, you will see a graph of that campaign's statistics. In the conversion section, you can see statistics on campaign shows, how many times it was shown on devices and screens, and views. Views are instances where people are detected by the camera which is connected to the device. And you can see this graph at the scale that you've selected up here. You can see this data for whole campaigns, or even for separate pieces of content. You can check what piece of content, at what time, attracted more views. Also, you can compare campaigns with each other. For example, was this campaign more popular than this campaign or not? The next section is audience data. This shows you the age and gender groups of the audience that was detected by the cameras connected to the devices in the campaign. Here you can see the same graph, but it shows you how many males and females there were and what age group they belonged to: young, adult, or senior. You can also A/B test your campaigns or content files. For example, if I select 2 content files, you will see that one content file has attracted much more people than the other. You can use this report to check how your audience varies by day, week, or month. For example, if I zoom into a day, you can see that most of the people were visiting from 9 to 12 o'clock, and later in the day, there were much fewer females than males. The next section is involvement. This section allows you to check which audience spends the most time looking at this campaign and make sure that you're attracting the audience you want to attract. If I select a campaign, it will allow me to see which audience spent the most time in front of the screen looking at the campaign. And I can make sure that I'm attracting the people I want to attract. Here, for example, we can see on average how much time people spend in front of the screen. You can also check how popular it was for different age and gender groups. So here you can see people who are 47 years old. On average, females spent 2 seconds and males spent 8 seconds in front of the screen looking at this campaign. And here we can see that for males around 58 years old, the campaign is much more popular. The next sections are the views and shows timelines. This is raw data that is gathered by the device. All the other reports are built based on this data. You can also use this data to create your own reports. You can use these metrics to create your own graphs and reports and provide them to your customers or marketing teams. If I select this campaign, you can see that it provides me with several rows of data: the time and date it was shown, on which device, and what content file was shown, and for how long it was playing on the screen. So you can see that it was playing for 17, 19, 19 seconds, etc. each time it was going live. You can use this data as proof of playback, that this content was played on this device at the selected time. And the other section here is the views timeline. It shows how much time people spend in front of the screen. So here you can also see at what time, on what date, on what device, and what content. The camera detects the age and gender, and how much time this person spent in front of the screen. You can download all these reports by clicking the Send Report button. You can use your current user email, or enter an email, or select it from the list, and you will receive this report in XLSX format. Then you can perform different actions with it in Excel and create your own reports. Now, the last section is Forms data. This section gathers direct feedback from your visitors. In the template editor, you can create feedback forms for your touch devices where you can gather information from people such as reviews or their contact information and many other things. And you will be able to gather all that info in your audience section. So here you can see that at that time and date, from this device, we have received this form containing the email of the person who left this review, first name, last name, and their comment about the service or anything else you want feedback on. And that covers the audience section. Once again, this section allows you to gather all the information you need about the campaigns, their performance, statistics, feedback from your visitors or users, and allows you to improve your campaigns based on this data. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in part 2.